We are wasting not only resources, but we are wasting lives. When we see open dump sites, when we see landfills, when we see incinerators, we have to start addressing these issues.
So the first meeting was in Johannesburg. It was electrifying in a way because South Africa at that time was a brand new democracy, right? Emerging from the apartheid regime. So there was a lot of excitement. There was a lot of hope. We had activists from the global north. We had activists from the global south. And we had experts, scientists and academics, and all united, by the common struggle against incineration and also the promotion of alternatives. This global waste crisis, which persists up to this day, had many manifestations. One of the manifestations of that crisis was the dumping or the export of hazardous waste from industrialized to developing countries in the global south. But it wasn't only just waste, but also dirty or what you call toxic technologies that were being exported or migrated to the global south in the form of incineration. We knew that it wasn't simply the waste or the technology itself that was being transferred, but also a paradigm, right? It's a paradigm of overconsumption, which had the hallmarks of what you would consider a linear economy, right? Extract, produce, and then dispose. And incineration represented the culmination of that paradigm.
You can talk about the military-industrial complex, you can talk about the petrochemical industry, but it doesn't make any sense unless you bring it down to how people's lives are being impacted in the foods you eat, or in the way your body is being poisoned.
We knew that to be able to defeat, this juggernaut of proposals of deep-pocketed corporate interests and waste management companies, that we needed a united front. And that united front was GAIA.
What got the Iron Band Community Corporation to join GAIA is really being plugged into a network of organizers and resources on how we can continue to fight against our incinerator. Our incinerator is now 32 years old, and it is receiving over 60% of garbage that's being burned in our community. So we're really being sacrificed, our health, future generations' health, for incineration of trash. It was truly inspiring to meet people and groups that have been actually successful in doing that. So we really look to GAIA as a place where we can continue to strategize together.
We're doing the zero waste implementation in a very small scale. We were able to expand it through the exposure that GAIA gave us, to be able to reach out to more knowledge, to donors, to different groups doing it and getting connected. So we were able to scale up the zero waste implementation. When we started doing zero waste implementation in Tanzania, the question that people would ask is, why is anyone calling this zero waste? There is no zero waste. Nowadays, nobody asks that question anymore. We have zero waste across the road, and we even have a UN Zero Waste Day.
A great memory that I have as just being part of the GAIA network has been actually meeting some of the organizers and communities throughout the country. So, for example, being on calls with Breathe Free Detroit has been incredible. All the resources, all the work that they're constantly doing as folks who have been able to shut down their incinerator. And I think about how we're really, truly connected by communities that are really, truly resilient and organized in for the same efforts of just fighting for clean air like anybody else.
The fact that governments of the world decided a few years ago that they needed a global treaty that addressed the full life cycle of plastics is, I think, one victory that GAIA should be proud of.
I see no objections. It is so decided.
I hope that the strength of GAIA eventually translates into the demise of the incineration industry. It will translate into people suddenly rediscovering common sense and community.
Happy anniversary, GAIA. Happy 25th.